Alright folks, Chapter 4 Season 4 of Fortnite is upon us. And there's been a lot of changes this season. Seriously, it's as if Epic Games had a few too many slurp juices and decided, you know what, let's spice things up. One thing's for sure, this season is less about hiding behind those masterfully crafted wooden forts and more about being in the thick of it. Mobility items are popping up like V-Bucks games. Always be wary of those, by the way. Vehicles are cruising the streets, and the loot, oh the loot, it's actually balanced this time around. Personally, I'm vibing with these changes, but I've seen a lot of you out there looking a little lost. It's all good though, I gotcha. Here's the deal, if you're keen on tasting that sweet victory royale more often, you gotta embrace the chaos. Remember, it's all about stacking those advantages. So, in the spirit of not leaving you hanging, here's what you need to know. Number 1, Forecast Towers. This season, we've got these new Forecast Towers that are an absolute game changer. Think of them as your personal crystal ball. Once you activate these bad boys with a boss keycard, you can peep at the next safe zone circle for the entire game. But wait, to get that keycard, you gotta take down a mini-boss. Sounds tough, but the loot is oh so worth it. Defeat the boss, and you'll bag not 1, but 2 legendary slurps for each teammate. And the cherry on top, a legendary twin-mag assault rifle. And between you and me, it's the daddy of assault rifles right now, excluding those mythics, of course. Now for the tricky part. These towers pop up at the 1-minute mark of the Storm Phase 2, roughly 6.5 minutes into the game. To get the upper hand, scout the possible tower locations beforehand. There's 6, by the way. Only 3 will show up each game. Only 3 show up each game, but you gotta be the early bird that gets the legendary loot. Oh, and pro tip. When you're offing the boss, don't stand out like a sore thumb. Be sneaky. Remember, other players have their eyes on the prize too. Number 2, how to avoid taking damage. Ever get whacked in a battle and thought, gee, I wish I took less damage? Well, duh! We all know we don't want to be on the receiving end of a rocket or bitten by those chonker tires. But here's the thing, to truly up your game, especially with no siphon in most modes now, you need a shift in your playstyle. Instead of just diving in, try to engage in fights with the aim of taking the least amount of damage possible, while still being Mr. or Mrs. Aggressive. It's kinda like trying to stealthily steal loot from IO guards without them noticing. It's about the thrill, but also the smarts. Playing aggressively but safely might sound completely dumb, but trust me, it makes sense. A fantastic way to practice this delicate art of hit but don't get hit is in Raiders 464's Mechanics Map V3. Particularly the Piece Control X Peak section. You see, if you show off for too long, boom, you get shot. It's great for teaching you how to edit smartly and peek just right. I mean, who wouldn't want to be the ninja that pokes out their head, takes a shot, and disappears before anyone can say, "Is that a Fortnite chicken?" In a nutshell, instead of being that player who takes damage like they're collecting XP coins, aim for minimal damage, and soon you'll find yourself winning more fights. Number 3, Loadout. Alright, just as we mentioned in our first tip, knowing the next zone is a game changer. But here's the catch. To truly milk it, you'll need the right loadout. Now with the whole change of the shotgun meta, last season's beasts, the drum shotgun and havoc pump have left the chat. They've been subbed out for new shotguns that, well, demand you to actually aim. Yeah, no more blindly spraying and praying. Now, if your aim resembles a potato more than a sharpshooter, don't sweat. Just remember, it's all about positioning, aim, and swapping weapons. In terms of SMGs, the new scoped burst SMG also came out. Fast, accurate, and a little weird to look at. Other than this, mobility's got a makeover too. With the rocket rams, soar through the skies. But hey, try not to be a sitting duck up there. And for all the Vault Hunters, the Shockwave launcher from Chapter 2 Season 2 is back. Now, for those endgame victories, consider carrying double equipment. I'm talking about rocking a 2-gun loadout, preferably the Twin Mag AR and the exotic Maven shotgun. The Maven can be snagged from the Love Ranger NPC chilling the top Rumble runes for 400 gold. But if you're budget conscious like me, just nab a high-rarity Infiltrator shotgun with a Twin Mag AR. Oh, and speaking of the Twin Mag AR, this beauty is like if MK and Red Eye Assault Rifle had a baby. And not just any baby, a superstar baby. To get the creme de la creme of weapons, check out the Forecast Towers Combat Caches, or Hollow Chests. Number 4, how to get consistent mobility. Now, yes, the new mobility is good and all, but how do you consistently get your hands on it? Well, let me explain. First off, you have to use this perk, the on-the-go bag. With this perk, every container you crack open, ammo boxes, chests, your grandma's old jewelry box, just kidding, don't try that, you get a surprise! You can nab 2 shockwaves, 2 slap splashes, or even 2 jump pads. And by the end of a looting spree, you could be sporting enough shockwaves to throw a mini rave. But let's say you're more of a shopper than a looter. No problem. Our buddy Cobby Lane at the castle by the racetrack can hook you up with shockwaves. 2 for a mere 36 gold. And for those of you with a regal flair, land at Brutal Bastion and you can hire the Royal Bomber NPC. This generous fellow will top up your equipment about every minute. Ideal for keeping those bunker bush bombs and shockwaves ready for action. Now on to the legendary slurps. If you missed out on the Forecast Tower boss, or drank all your slurps in a slurp frenzy, we've all been there. Keep your eyes peeled for combat caches. Right when the 3rd storm phase kicks in, a shiny combat cache will show up on the map. Get to it when it's gold, and you'll be looking at a legendary weapon. Otherwise, you'll still pocket those legendary slurps, plus some other fancy weapons. Just remember, during the early game, glance at your map twice. Once during Storm Phase 2 for Forecast Towers, and again during the beginning of Storm Phase 3 for those sweet, sweet combat caches. Number 5. Never have potato aim again. Now, don't you just love it when people have mad editing and building skills, but they shoot like a freaking potato? Yeah, it's all fun and games until you realize you're that guy. So, here's the answer to your problem. Insane aim. I mean, build all you want, but unless you can take someone down with those shots, it's like bringing a rubber knife to a gunfight. And yeah, this is a super obvious thing to say, but I'll tell you the secret to actually achieving this. So, let's get into the specifics. I'm not here to talk about creative maps, but let's dive into 2 that'll make you feel like John Wick in no time. First up, Marta's Turtle Wars map. This one's like a boot camp for those close-range shots, focusing on what's called trigger discipline. Ever rushed a shot, missed, and felt like Mr. Potato? This map trains you to slow down, line up, and really make the shot count. Think of it as teaching a puppy patience, but with more explosions. Next up is Vader 464's aim training map. This one's like an all-you-can-eat buffet for aim training. It's packed with scenarios, from tracking movements to click timing. But the best part? You don't need another player. It's like having a dance party solo, only you're here shooting bots that move like real players. Mix this with Marta's map, and in no time your aim will be so sharp that enemies might just quit the game by seeing your name. But hey, always remember, consistency is key. Number 6, practice smart. Now, for our last tip, it's something that is done in any sport you can name. From basketball to golf, the most effective and smart way to improve your game is to play against players who are better than you. So yeah, you might love to smash noobs in Fortnite and feel like the kings of Chapter 4 Season 4. It's fun, right? But here's the thing. You ain't gonna learn anything by dunking on players who build like they're still figuring out which button does what. It might give you the sweet dopamine hit, but it's not doing any favors for your skill level. Instead, by fighting the big boys in the game, you're forced to adapt, rethink your strategies, and actually grow those in-game muscles. Now, how do you find these pro-tier adversaries? Well, ditch the public matches for a bit. Dive into ranked. It might be tough at first, but you'll learn and get the hang of it. Alternatively, you can pop into some 1v1s in scrim servers, instead of just yoinking randoms for an easy ego boost. Oh, and remember, that friend who always seems to have your number, go and ask him for a 1v1. And that's all, folks. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, don't forget to smash that like button. Peace!